Can we all agree this is a plant and this is an animal? Plant, animal, plant, animal. What do I need this plant for? I'm definitely not going to eat it. It definitely is not an edible plant. I do eat some plants, and I do eat things that eat plants, but I'm not going to eat this plant. So what good is this plant? Should I just toss it away? What's it doing for me? What am I doing for it? Well, photosynthesis and respiration, they kind of work together. So I really would like you to look at them on page 80 and complete this table. I need you to be able to compare and contrast photosynthesis and respiration. So I want you to tell me, where does photosynthesis take place? In the chloroplast. Where does respiration take place? Do you remember? It's an organelle. All right, when does it happen? When does photosynthesis happen? Respiration happens all the time. Photosynthesis doesn't. There are products like what starts photosynthesis and what starts respiration. Respiration needs glucose and oxygen to get started. What comes out of photosynthesis? Well, glucose and oxygen. Whoa, do you guys see this right here? Look at this. Glucose and oxygen come out of respiration, and they are the beginning of photosynthesis. Uh-oh, I wonder if these two are the same. Let's see if you can't figure that one out. Energy source, where does the energy come from for photosynthesis? Because for respiration, it comes from chemical bonds. In the energy results, photosynthesis stores energy, like in glucose, right? And what happens with respiration at the end? What happens with that particular process? All right, so on page 80, I want you to be able to complete the table, okay? On page 81, and this is the last notebook page for this particular unit, it says at the top, I understand the relationship between photosynthesis and respiration. Well, they're not like aunts and uncles. What I'm looking for is, what do the chemicals and processes have to do with each other? They're absolutely 100% necessary. Just like this plant, it's absolutely 100% necessary for my survival if it was just the plant and myself on planet Earth. This plant, very important. Reason why? It needs carbon dioxide. And guess what? I need oxygen. I breathe in oxygen, it breathes in carbon dioxide, right? But I breathe out carbon dioxide and it breathes out the oxygen, kind of like we have something to share here, all right? At least in the air for sure. Probably with our chemicals too. So on page 81, I'd like you to draw a diagram that shows the relationship or cycle between photosynthesis and respiration, and then explain with words the cycle and why it's important to life on Earth. Let me just give you a quick picture of what that might look like. So, you know, a cycle is something that goes again and 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 again. It starts with the sun. You guys remember this from a while ago. All life and energy on Earth comes from the sun, right? From more than one time it has been mentioned, from this awesome science teacher to you awesome science students. All right, so energy comes from the sun and it goes to plants. Plants take sunlight and they absorb that sunlight in their chloroplasts and photosynthesis happens. And what happens with photosynthesis is glucose and oxygen are released. And glucose and oxygen are released and mitochondria actually take those things and do cellular respiration in animal cells, right? And then from cellular respiration comes carbon dioxide and water that plants take in and plants give out, glucose and oxygen, and animals take in oxygen and glucose, and so this goes on and on. See, it's like never ending. It's a pretty amazing process, and it keeps everything on Earth balanced out, right? So we need all kinds of plants and all kinds of animals to keep this cycle going and keep it balanced so we can keep life on Earth alive. All right, you have 2 notebook pages to do, a video, a site to look at, a site that I read to you, and then you need to submit notebook page 81 when you've put together your diagram to show the relationship between photosynthesis and respiration, and when you have explained the cycle and why it's important to life on Earth. You got this, my living thing friends. Have a great day.